I'm Flying Brian J for MMAmania.com. Ricardo the Bully Lamas versus Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira is a pretty important fight in the top of UFC's featherweight division. Let's talk about a couple of things on the tail of the tape, maybe some intangibles, stylistic matchup, and at the end of the video, I will give you my prediction for this featherweight fight. The first thing on the tail of the tape that you can't see right here is Oliveira has a 7-year youth advantage, and according to Fightnomics by Reed Kuhn with Kelly Krieger, a fighter with that large of a youth advantage wins 65% of the time. The second thing that you need to notice is that Oliveira has a 3-inch reach advantage. And that's going to take us right into the stylistic matchup. I think that he will be able to use that 3-inch reach advantage and also his lengthy style to be able to keep Lamas at a distance if he so chooses to do so. He uses a front leg snap kick and a rear leg front kick to his opponent's body, accompanied with a lot of jabs and check hooks to be able to keep his opponent at range. But he doesn't usually do that because he wants to get the fight to the ground and utilize his high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, where he has a black belt in that area and he's going to be looking for submissions. Going over to Ricardo Lamas, Lamas too has high-level jiu-jitsu skills. He has a black belt, but it is accompanied with a Division III All-American wrestling credentials. On the feet, Lamas is going to be looking for leg kicks. Also, at the very beginning, he sometimes will throw a spinning heel kick at his opponent's dome piece. He also throws a lot of high round kicks. On the ground, where Oliveira is going to be looking for submissions, Lamas is opportunistic with his submissions, but where he is most successful in his entire game is with ground and pound. This guy throws vicious elbows and he rains down punches that will punch his opponent's face right through the canvas. Now let's talk about that age advantage for Do Bronx once again. I'm going to give Do Bronx an advantage on the feet because I think that he'll be a little bit quicker. He's a little more diverse and he has that slight range advantage. The reason I think he's going to be quicker is because he has that 7-year age advantage. Now Lamas, he has the power advantage, and that of course is the great equalizer. When it goes to the canvas, sometimes Do Bronx will put himself in sketchy situations in order to look for submissions. So perhaps he would pull guard and put his back on the canvas with Lamas on top of him, which would be a terrible idea because Lamas could rain down some ground and pound. I know that Lamas is a Division III All-American wrestler, but in his UFC career, his percentage of landed takedowns and defended takedowns is pretty low. So we could also give a takedown and wrestling advantage to Oliveira, which is absolutely nuts. But here's the thing. Lamas has not been submitted in any of his 21 professional mixed martial arts fights. So if Oliveira were able to get the victory in that manner, it would sure be something. I'm leaning Lamas via ground and pound, but there are two major things that are kind of holding me back. One is that Lamas, his age, it could be catching up with him. In these lower weight classes, a fighter that's 34 years old, that could be past the prime time of fighters that are getting victories inside of the octagon. Oliveira, what I want to look at with him is where his mind is at. He's coming off of that defeat against Anthony Pettis, where he had Pettis in a lot of sketchy predicaments where he could have sunk in a rear naked choke. He had some really great spots in that fight. So where's his mindset coming in here? I think that since he's taking this fight on short notice and not long after sustaining that defeat to Pettis, I think that he's in the right place with his mindset. He has this youth advantage, and I think that he will be the first person in mixed martial arts history to submit Ricardo the Bully Lamas. I see Lamas going for a takedown, getting a little sloppy with it, maybe overcommitting, and Do Bronx hitting an opportunistic submission via guillotine choke, or perhaps when the Bully throws that spinning heel kick, if Do Bronx is able to avoid it and snatch the back, I would see him sinking in a rear naked choke. Anyway, my official prediction is Do Bronx via submission early in round number 2. But I would not be surprised if he is unable to sink in a choke, Lamas gets out of it and then rains down some ground and pound in path to a second round KO or TKO victory. This is a close one, guys, but my official pick is Do Bronx via submission round number 2. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Namaste.